to another video on the Still Soul mental health space. I'm PK, Paula K, and today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some things that you can do to boost your mental health. Some quick tips. I have like 8 here. I had spoken about one. I may revisit it. I had talked about one in a previous video. I may revisit it, but we'll see. We will see. I'm hoping that the rain is not too loud for you, but yeah. All right, so let's get into it. So, ways to boost your mental health. So, boosting your mental health is pretty much enhancing, uplifting your mental wellness. And it's very important because having a healthy mindset, having a healthy mental space contributes to health and progress and success in other areas of our lives. When you have a healthy, or when you're in good mental health, you're able to achieve a lot more. You're able to think clearly. You function better in relationships, at work, at home, etc. So the first thing that I will suggest for you to do to boost your mental health is to maximize on your strengths. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that wherever you have, or whatever your strength is in life, whether it's at work, it's at home, in your friend groups, whatever it is that you're really good at, really push that, push you being active in that area. So for example, a strength of mine is, for the purpose of this video, a strength of mine is singing, right? And I may not be like the best dancer, but I can hold a note pretty well. So I will spend a lot of time, singing. I will spend a lot of time like singing with groups, singing backup for people, singing for myself maybe, doing vocal training so that my voice can become better. Again, it's just an example. I'm not actually doing vocal training, but I really want to. And I can actually sing. So I'm doing all these things to strengthen my strength, and what it does is it makes me more confident. And sometimes being more confident in an area that you're strong in can also give you that extra push to tackle other things that you may not be so strong in. Again, my strength could be singing, and I am doing everything that I can to be a better singer. But I may not be a very good public speaker, which again is very true. But because I am strengthening, stage presence and my vocal ability and stuff, I kind of feel like, oh, and the feedback is probably really good too. I probably feel like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try to do better as a public speaker. So whether I'm going to take on small gigs, or I'm going to also do some kind of training or course or lesson with someone to help me be a better public speaker. And that helps your confidence, and that helps you to feel less anxious about things in those areas. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it makes sense in the comments. But yeah, maximize your strengths. That can help you to tackle harder things. So another thing that you can do to bolster your mental health is to simply take life one step at a time. I will confess, I'm not the best at this. Sometimes I run ahead of myself mentally. I can be very future minded, and so I may be here, but my mind's all the way over here. running way ahead of, where I actually am physically, trying to figure out things before their time. And this may be true for a lot of us, a lot of you. Take life one step at a time. Take each day in strides. Take on whatever it is that the day has to offer. Do your best at it. If you make mistakes, learn from them. Take your L with grace. Celebrate your wins, large or small, and just keep moving forward. I mean, the Bible speaks about it, each day has its own troubles. Don't try to take on next week's troubles. They don't even know what next week will look like, So definitely continue, like, try to live in the present as best as possible, and don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead, but also don't stay behind. That's something else too. You may struggle with something or may have made a mistake 2-3 years ago, and you're constantly revisiting that moment, that singular moment in time where you made a mistake. Yes, it may have been horrible. Yes, it may have had like really bad repercussions, but you've moved on. Life goes on, and hopefully you've learned from it. So take life one step at a time. Be gracious with yourself. Right? Right. The third thing, and I mentioned this in my previous video, is to go off the grid. Unplug from social media. Take a break. Mute some accounts. Put a timer on your phone maybe. So when you get to your hour on social media, that's it for the day. Do something else with your time. Read that book on your shelf that's gathering dust and just there for decoration. Have conversations with your family. Play some board games. Exercise. Sleep. Just unplug and go offline for a bit. Online can be very overwhelming. We have a lot of information coming at us rapidly. Like, if you refresh your timeline 5 times, there'll be something new every time. If it's even one thing, there'll be something new every time. And that's information overload. And information overload can cause a overdose of is it serotonin or dopamine? I'm gonna check. But it's dopamine. Yeah. And that's like, the happy chemical. Yeah. So I check these things. I need to reread my psychology books. Anyways, but being constantly on this dopamine high, this happy drug high, this excitement, it's not very good for us. I mean, it may feel like it's good for us, it may feel good, but it's really not good. So slow down, unplug, go off the grid. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to be involved in everything. Give yourself a break. Give your brain a rest. Right? Talking to myself too. Trust me. Yeah. All right. The fourth thing, and I think this is where I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to do another video to do the remaining 4. Because again, don't want the video to be too long. Don't want to overwhelm you. So yeah. The fourth thing, and I think it's a really nice place to stop, is to make leisure a priority. We live in a society where, I guess nowadays persons are becoming more open to leisure, but then leisure is also being like heavily commercialized to look a particular way. But that aside, the hustle culture, very, very demanding, very tricky. We have to rest. Rest is not laziness. Rest is not being lackadaisical. Rest should be a priority, not a reward. Rest should be taken seriously. You shouldn't wait until you are on the verge of a breakdown to take a break. And I think that's something that a lot of us do. We wait until we are this close. You can see it? Wait until we're that close to having a mental breakdown before we say, all right, then I need to take a break. That has been my story a lot of times. I wait until I am on the verge of a breakdown or I am burnt out before I take a break. Don't wait until your body and your mind forces you to stop. Stop before that. Because most times by then it's too late and the repercussions are very, 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 very heavy. Sometimes too, when we get to that point, we're so like badly affected by that breakdown that it takes us a while to get back on our feet. Again, I get that. But I mean, take time to enjoy life. Do small things throughout the day or weekly that puts the joy of leisure or makes the joy of leisure a thing, makes the joy of leisure common for you, or you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even find the words, but like make leisure a part of your daily routine or your weekly routine, you know. Rest and relaxation helps the mind, helps your mental health, helps your mental space, and it can also like increase your productivity. You know, when you're well rested, your brain, your imagination is somehow heightened, or your ability to just do more and your sense of purpose is just improved over time, and you get a lot more done than if you were just going and going and going and going and going non-stop. So guys and girls, take time to just relax. Drop in the comments below what is your favorite leisurely pastime. Y'all hearing the rain out there? That's some good stuff. I love that for us. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Make sure to leave your comments below. Let's talk about, you know, leisure, going off the grid. And what else do you do to boost your mental health? Perhaps what you have to say is in my list, the remaining 4, and we'll talk about that. Make sure to check out all my other videos. It's not a lot at this point, so you can just look through them and, you know, leave your opinions, comments, and everything under those videos. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.